to episode 31 of the Arctic Knitting Podcast. My name is Emilie and I am as always coming to you from Narvik in the northern part of Norway, where it is currently snowing. It is the 1st of May today and it is snowing outside. Hopefully we will get spring soon as well. I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you if you are a returning viewer for coming back, and thank you if you are a new viewer for checking out this podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I know there are lots of wonderful podcasts out there, so I'm so thankful and overwhelmed that so many people decide to take time out of the day to spend with me rambling on about what I do. I'm just going to pop up on the screen where you can find me, because it just takes, So today I'm going to talk with you about admin stuff. It's just a tiny segment in the beginning. I'm going to talk with you about finished objects. I'm going to talk about works in progress. I have a little bit of news in the Arctic Yarns segment. I have Arctic Living, and in the end I'm going to announce some winners. So I'm just going to start with admin stuff. I have 2 knit-alongs to mention. First of them is Sockmas, which is currently going on. It is a year-long knit-along with a new theme for socks every month. I just finished up April and selected the winner, or random.org selected the winner. The theme for May is stranded knitting, so it is so many wonderful patterns out there. Unfortunately, my sock knitting mojo it's just not here. I'm not going to force myself to knit socks just because I started knit long. I really enjoy watching everyone else's projects. I know I will knit socks again, but at the moment I'm not a sock knitter. The Koftalong, which is the other knit-along that has been going on over at the Ravelry group, is a knit-along that I hosted along with Lily of Nordic Stitches. I closed that thread down this morning. I'm not going to choose winners for that today because I didn't have the time to sit down and do it. And if I didn't make a podcast today, it wouldn't be one this week. So I'm going to do that in my next episode. That will hopefully be in a week. I have 2 giveaways that has been going on in the group. One of them is for Color Your Wall Socks by Scandinavian Knits, who has a wonderful podcast, and the other one is for the Hyggeshawl, which is a pattern by Lily, as I mentioned, from the Nordic Stitches podcast, who I co-hosted the Koftalong with. Today I want to say an extra big special thank you to those 5 people who have pledged. I started a Kickstarter page because I am going to introduce some new yarns, mainly Norwegian wools, in my shop, and I started a Kickstarter page to see if I could raise the funds to do it, because it's expensive. And thank you to the 5 of you who has, if you are watching, who has pledged already. I love you guys so much, you have no idea. It just makes me so happy to see that I'm probably going to get to do this. It looks like I'm going to get to do this, and I'm just so thankful for that. But I'm going to talk more about that just a little bit later. So now I'm going to dive into the finished objects, and today I'm going to try to put timestamps down below. Just mentioning. I have 1 finished object today. I released the pattern last week for the Winding Roads hat. And let's see. I knitted this on 3.5mm needles and 4mm needles. So I used 3.5 for, let's see. I used 3, yes, the answer, it's not being blocked. I don't usually block hats. I used 3.5 for the ribbing and 4mm for the rest of the hat. This time I only did 3 repeats of the pattern before I started the decrease chart. The pattern says 4, and that gives a little bit more of a slouchy hat. It is quite tight. It sits quite tight on the hat, so it's more of a beanie kind of hat. But I love this pattern. I think I will use this short more and maybe make a cowl. I have sort of figured out how to make matching mittens. So this is, as I said, 3.5 and 4mm needles. I made this in Arctic Yarns Skog, which is Arctic Yarns is my brand, and Skog is my DK base. It is 100% merino, and this is how much I have left. The colorway is concrete, and it is this beautiful, beautiful grey color, which I absolutely love. I just dropped the hat on the floor. I used just about 50 grams for this. So if you want to knit this pattern as a beanie, I'm not saying that you will, it depends a little bit, but you could get away with only using a 50-gram skeins. And if you are on Norwegian, or I think there are other countries as well, because in Norway most yarns comes in 50-gram skeins. It's not very normal to have 100-gram skeins over here. So that is my finished objects. I'm not going to talk too much about it. The pattern is available in Ravelry. It's going to be linked in the show notes. Yeah, I love it. I want to use that. This isn't, I'm just going to mention, as now said, you see, I dropped a stitch here. I did something wrong. So I'm going to show you a place where I didn't do something wrong. This isn't cables, actually. It is increases and decreases that make this mock cable pattern, or fox cable pattern. And I absolutely love the look of it. And it's not as squishy as actual cables, but it is quite squishy. So that pattern is available on Ravelry, as I said. It is designed by me. I just released it a week ago. So today I have a drink. As many of you know, I love Pepsi Max. And this project bag is my favorite project bag of all time. It's Pepsi. I love Pepsi. I got it from a year and I just use it all the time. It is just so perfect for me. Yeah, I have no words. I just really love that project bag. So, that was my one finished objects, and I have talked for 7 minutes, so this is probably going to be a short episode. I have 3 works in progress. And I'm going to show you the socks first, because my sock mojo is away. It's gone traveling or something. I left back in 2016. But I have a pair of socks on the needles. This is Norges Ragen yarn. It's a Norwegian commercial yarn. And I am using the cobblestone pattern by Minna Philip. If you watched last time, you will see that I did the pebbles. Just checking what the name of the pattern was. I did the pebbles in pink and the cobblestones in red, and I'm going to continue all the way around the rainbow for the 8 socks of her, or 8 pair of socks from her Beyond Vanilla Sock collection. So this is the second pair. This is actually a DK weight because I picked the wrong skein. I am knitting all of the other ones in sport weight. But the sport weight I'm using is quite thick, so it's more like a DK weight anyway. I'm using 4mm needles, and I am casting on 48 stitches, and so far it has been no troubles at all adapting the pattern to fit for a 48 stitch DK sock or sport weight sock instead of a normal fingering weight sock. So these 2 patterns that I have made is quite adaptable, and I just hope that the rest of them are as easy. So this is the first sock. I just need to graft it together. This is how much I have left of the first skein of yarn, because as I said, it's Norwegian yarn and they come in 50-gram skeins. So yeah, I was cutting that kind of close. So I just need to graft the toe, and then I will cast on the other one. And I am using my cubics, which I absolutely love. I know there has been a few podcasters lately who have talked about the whole circular needles versus double point needles, and I knit on double point needles. I knit almost everything on double point needles, and not like shawls and garments I knit on circular needles, but the moment it gets too tight on the circular needles, I go to double point instead of. The moment it is possible, I will go over to double points instead of going down on instead of choosing shorter circular needles, because I love working on double point needles. And I know that if I try magic loop a little bit more, I would probably convert, but because everyone is doing it's not certain that I would, but everyone is, so I probably would. But I see no need for doing that because I actually enjoy my double points, so I'm just going to stick with that, at least for now. Having said that, my 2 next projects are on circular needles. The first one I showed you last time. Let's see. This is just living in a canvas bag, which is inside out. So for this project I am using Istex Let Loopy. Let's see if I can find a full scale. There you go. This is the arm. Let Loopy from Istex. It's an Icelandic wool. You can see it has, you can see on the screen that it's rustic. This is, it's flexible. It is, there it is, 50 grams, 100 meters. So it's a DK weight. I think this is listed as a worsted maybe. And it is meant to be knit on 4.5mm needles, and it doesn't give any gauge. This is what I'm working on. This is the Riddari sweater. I know many people have knitted this before and many people will recognize it. It's just such a mess. Too many skeins. So this is it. This is so far I've gotten. This is for my boyfriend. And I can actually show you what the yoke will look like. Because this is what the yoke will look like. I have shown this off a couple of times on the podcast, and it is for my boyfriend. I think it was 3 years ago, and when I was putting things together, I forgot to tell you last time. I just lost track and I rambled on about something else. But when you are to place the arms on this kind of yoke, it is knit bottom up, but it is supposed to be one arm, and then it should be, I don't know how many stitches, but it doesn't really matter. It is supposed to be one arm, and then it is going to be, for this size, it was going to be 9 of these like points in the front and one on the other arm, and 9 points in the back. I did one arm, I did 7 points. And then I did one arm and 11. So basically, it was like this. He had one arm in the front or one arm in the back, and it didn't look very comfortable, so I took it back and I promised him to fix it, and it took me 3 years, but now I have cut off the yoke and I have picked up the stitches, put on the sleeves in the right place. Yes, and I have checked this like 1,000 times, but I was just counting the points. It is correct now. I cut off the yoke just below these two colors. This dark green and the grey is quite similar, but I cut it off just below where the pattern is starting. And in this size, or I think in every size, you put the sleeves and the body together on the yoke, and then you knit 2 rounds of stockinette before you start the pattern. So I did pick up that last round of stockinette, and then I just think back because I was afraid of losing stitches, of messing everything up. And someone suggested to me after last time, because I said, what am I going to do with this? I have no idea. I was thinking of making it into like a cowl or something, pick up stitches and make a high neck, and maybe do a little bit of ribbing or garter stitch here. And it's too big for me, but someone could use it in winter under their jackets. That's my little boy waking up. My boyfriend is hopefully going to take him. I'll be back. So I'm back. Ludwig woke up. He is my son. He is 18, 19, 20 months old. He's getting big. And Sondre, my boyfriend, is home, and I know he will get him, but he stays in our bedroom, which is right across the hall, and I get really self-conscious when doing podcasts, so I decided to just do it myself. So I was just showing you this. As I said, I picked up stitches here. I cut it off with a scissor, and I think back. I put the sleeves on where they were supposed to be, and I have no idea what to do with the yoke that was on here. Someone suggested to me that I could actually have cut it off, and I could have moved the arms and yoke where it was, arms and body where it was supposed to be, and then graft it together with the yoke. And I honestly hadn't thought about that. I don't really feel like knitting this all over again. I have just done the first decrease row, so it will start to go faster. But I have never cut something to graft it together, and honestly my grafting isn't very perfect, and I am not doing this one more time. I would rather do it the hard way now than do it one more time. So I said last time that hopefully I was going to get this done before the end of the koftalong. I didn't. That is totally okay. I'm not eligible for prizes anyway. I wanted to get it done, but I was thinking that I would knit more this week. I haven't been knitting as much as I usually do. I have had quite a bit to do. So last week I was just about here under the pattern. I think maybe I knit a few rounds of the pattern. I don't think so. But it is growing. Yes, and the pattern, if you are curious, is coming from Loopy 28, which is, yes, just this book. And I have one, I'm just going to show you, where is it? I really want this jacket. It is knit on inlet Loopy, and it is knit on with the yarn handle double, so it's probably on 6mm needles or something. So it will be a pretty fast knit, and the colors are held 2 different colors together, and it just looks so awesome, and I love these colors. I think I would maybe change this green for a more orange color or something, but I'm not sure. But it has a zipper, which I have never done, and honestly, I have done zippers in like sewn garments, but not in knitwear, and that's scary. But maybe I should just go ahead and do it. I'm not sure. It's not going to be something that I cast on right now anyway, because I have so many plans and so many ideas and so many projects on the go. So that's it for my ridderi. I showed you the socks and ridderi, and I have one more to go. Where is it? It's just a mess. My classroom is a mess. Let's see. It's on the back of my chair. It is living in my new purse that I got from my mom when she got back from Italy, because I have been using this today. I am knitting this on my fjell base, which is my sock weight. So this is on my fjell base. The color is called Frozen Toes. I'm going to knit a shawl. I'm going to show you the finished shawl. This is a design shawl that I'm working on. This is my second time doing it. And it's just, this is just garter stitch. I love how this color is knitting up. I think this will be perfect for my mom. She looks so great in this kind of colors. So it's just a very pale icy blue with the colors of frostbites. This is what frostbites look, maybe more purple after some time. But the shawl I'm knitting is this one. This one has been blocked. I knit this in Arvetta. So it is going to be exactly the same shawl as this one, which I absolutely love. I need to sew in the ends, and this is quite big. You can't really see it because of the way I'm sitting, but it is about this much bigger than my wingspan, and I didn't block this. I rinsed it in water, and then or soaked it in water rather. I squeezed out the excess water, and instead of pinning it down because I didn't have the time, I just laid it flat to dry. I did like stretch it a little bit, but it's not like it's heavily blocked. You can see that if you see here. So it's not heavily blocked. It could easily be quite a bit bigger than it is at the moment. So this is a pretty great size for a shawl. I love big shawls, and I love this color. This is so my favorite color at the moment. So yes, I'm knitting it on 3.5mm needles, and yes, that's just it for the moment. Hopefully I will have more to show you. It's just stockinette stitch. I don't know what to say. So that's my work in progress. Now I'm going to move on to talk about my Kickstarter project, or my new yarn project. So basically, I'm going to start with Kickstarter, and then I'm going to show you. I have 2 new bases, and I have just had a little bit of trying with them, and I have that 10 colors on each base, and they look quite different than they do on a normal merino blend or the 100% merino yarns. So I'm going to show you the colors that I have done in a little bit. I have put up a Kickstarter page. I'm going to put the links to that down below, and I hope more people will help me, because I have asked for 10,000 Norwegian kroner, which I think is about 1,500 American dollars. I could not. I had to choose where I was, which country I am in, and I choose Norway, of course, because that's where I am. And then I had to go with the Norwegian currency. I couldn't go with American dollars, which I would love to do, because I know that most of my followers and viewers and most of my sales are to the US, so but I couldn't do that. Instead, because Kickstarter works in a way that you go on over there is a little film in the Kickstarter page, which I will put on the end of this. There is a description of my project, that a little bit about me, a little bit about the yarn, a little bit about what I'm trying to do, and you can pledge money. And you could pledge and nothing more, or you could pledge. There is like a side with rewards, and you can pledge and get a reward according to the amount you pledge. So the rewards I put out is for, I have put the American dollars there, but it varies a little bit from day to day, but it is an approximately, so you can easily see that this is about this much. So the awards that I have done starts with 40 Norwegian kroner, which is about 4.66. Yes, $4.66, and that will give you one pattern of your choice in my Ravelry shop. The next one is 100 Norwegian kroner, which is about 11-12 American dollars. That will give you 3 patterns of your choice from my Ravelry shop. The next one is 300 Norwegian kroner, or about 40 American dollars, which will give you 1 pattern, 1 skein of my hand-dyed yarn, and 2 mini skeins. You will get to choose the base and the color yourself. The next one is 500 Norwegian kroner, which is about 58 to 60, somewhere around there, American dollars, which will give you 1 pattern, 2 full skeins of your choice. You will get to choose both the bases and the colors, and they can be the same or they can be different. So that's 1 pattern, 2 skeins, and 3 mini skeins. All the mini skeins are 20 gram minis. The biggest one that I have put in there is 1,000 Norwegian kroner, which is about 116. Google gave me 116 American dollars. That will give you all the patterns in my Ravelry shop. 4 skeins of my hand-dyed yarn. Again, you get to choose the base, you get to choose the colors, and they could be the same or they could be different. And it will also give you 5 mini skeins of 20 grams. So for the smallest amounts where you get only patterns, I have said that those patterns will be delivered in the end of May. And if you are to get yarn, those will be delivered at the latest in September. And if you get your yarns in September, I have a few patterns coming up, and you could choose if you want to choose a pattern now. If you get all my patterns, could get all my patterns that I have right now, and I would just continue gifting as I release more. Or you could just, if you get 1 pattern, you could choose to wait, and you could get one in September when I have released what I have on the radar, like that shawl. If you want that, you don't have to take what's available in the shop now. You could choose from what is going to be available to September. So yeah, Kickstarter works that way, that if you pledge money and I don't reach my goal, you will get your money back. So it's all or nothing. If I don't reach the goal, I get nothing. Which is, yeah, I hope I reach it. I really, really want to do it. I have been dying a little bit on Norwegian yarns lately, and I have had so much fun, and I want to do it, and the colors are just, they are so pretty. So I have to, I'm sorry about that. I have 2 bases. One of them is this. This is natural Norwegian Palsul. This is its natural color. It's gray. This is 100 grams, which is 350 meters, so it is a sport weight yarn. It is quite thick. It's not thick, but it's like a thick fingering weight. Yes, the recommended needle size is 3mm needles, and it gives 25 stitches and 32 rows on 10 centimeters or 4 inches. So that is my first. It's just so pretty. The other yarn that I have tried dyeing on, and I'm going to, for the money that I get in, I'm going to take both of these pieces into my shop, and maybe another one. I haven't quite decided yet, but at least these two. So this is the other one. This is also pure Norwegian wool. It's not palswool, it's just Norwegian wool. This is 100 grams. This is a true sport weight. It is 315 meters. And it's just wonderful. I think you could exchange this for a fingering weight. The yardage is a little bit less, but it's quite thin. And again, I'm filming with my iPad, so the whole focusing thing isn't working. But this has recommended needle size 3 to 3.5, and it has 24 stitches and 32 rows for 10 centimeters. So this is the two natural bases. The colors that I'm going to show you, I'm just going to start with this blue one. The bases haven't been named yet. I don't want to get too attached to them in case I don't make that goal, because as I said, it is quite a bit of money. I have a job, but I don't work as much as I should. I don't work 100%, and I have been trying to get money other ways, but I couldn't. So I opened the Kickstarter page, it was absolutely terrifying. It was more terrifying publishing that Kickstarter page than it was making my first podcast. These two skeins. This is the white one. This is gray base. This is the exact same color. It's not the same dye bath, but it is the same amount, and it's from the same dye stock, so it's no difference there. And I'm measuring them up with syringes to the milliliter, so it is, yeah. I just love how this gray base, I love the colors on this. Look at this. It is just so gorgeous. And the skeins are just a little bit smaller than the normal than the merino ones that I'm used to, so I haven't really figured out how to skein them up. All pretty. But that is one color. The next one is a purple one. That's it. This is the white one. It's just a really nice berry color. And this one is just, again, gorgeous. That grey yarn just turns out gorgeous when I dye it. My third color is the same as my bubblegum, which is, it's bright pink. This is the grey one. Isn't this amazing how different? I know it's a different color of the base, but it's just, again, I just love how the grey turns out. I have only dyed solids for this time, but I'm not sure if I would dye another one, orange on one base and rusty red on the other, which is, again, wonderful. I have another blue one. Again, you can see which one is the grey one. Again, it's just, both colors are so gorgeous. I have one more pink, which turns out to be, this hot pink turns out to be a very gorgeous purple on the other base. Sorry, you shouldn't have to look at my elbow. Just a little hard to... I love this color, this rusty orange, brownish gorgeousness. It's just so pretty. You can see I really love this kind of rusty. I love rusty colors, and I love kind of retro colors, which is darker and isn't as bright. I have dyed yellow, which is more green on this base. I would try to experiment a little bit more with yellow to get a good yellow on the grey base. I have my Norwegian Forest colorway, which is a green with a little bit of red in. It also turns out completely different on the grey base. I love how this turns out, both of them. Norwegian Forest is one of my favorite colorways of mine, and it looks gorgeous in this as well. The last one isn't the same. They look more similar. This is the grey base, this is the white. The reason this is the same color, but I experimented a little bit because I wanted to see if I could get the white yarn to look more like the grey. This was my last skein, and they are not the same, but they are quite similar. And I would have to experiment a little bit more to achieve these colors on white yarns, but I love these yarns. I just really, really love them. I have plans for a design, and I am planning on using these two together. This is the perfect yarn for sand anything. Norwegian yarns are quite rustic. This hasn't been dyed, but it's almost like it's. Can you hear that? Probably can't, but you can hear it part. This is quite soft for a Norwegian yarn. It is not the most rustic yarns. If you are very sensitive to like wool, this wouldn't be the thing for you. But it is perfect for mittens, and it kind of felts when you wear it. And it just makes colorworks look so gorgeous. I can't even begin to describe the difference of making colorwork in Norwegian wool or Icelandic or that kind of wool from merino. So I know this probably wasn't the best sales pitch, but I'm not really a salesperson, so hopefully you liked it, and I hope that more people go over to Kickstarter to help me achieve these dreams. And remember that if you pledge money, you will get paid for it. It's not like you are giving me money. You will take it more like a custom order with a little bit of a long delivery time. And if I don't reach my goal and I won't be able to put these yarns up in my shop, then you will get your money back. So I hope that, yeah. So I'm just going to get out of the yarn thing. But oh my god! And I loved working on these yarns. It was just so much fun. I don't know if I take this into my shop. I will start with dyeing solids or semi-solids, tonals, because that is what is most used in colorwork, and this is really good colorwork yarn. And I'm not sure if I would dye variegated, just because I'm not sure if, like speckles and heavily variegated yarn, I'm not sure if people would want to buy it on this kind of scales. But if I see that people want it, then I would of course buy it, because I love dyeing variegated and I love this yarn, and it will just be a dream come true if I could start dyeing on this. We are also talking about, because we have our laundry room in the basement. It is a little bit small at the moment, but there is a wall there that I plan to. Now I'm just rambling into art living. There is a wall in the basement that I want to get rid of, and I want to make the floor even, or not completely even, because that's not legal in a laundry room. But so I want to make it bigger. And I want to make myself a dye studio down there, and it actually won't be that expensive, because I need to remove that wall. I can do that myself. I will need to, I don't know the word, I will need to put down a new floor. I can do that myself, and with a little bit of help from my dad, I can do the whole plumbing thing. And then I would need to get in electricity to run a stove, or stovetop at least. And I will need like a fan to get out the fumes, and a sink. And I need a sink in my laundry room soon anyway. So I'm thinking about making a dye studio. I'm really hopeful that I will get this done sometimes during the summer. I really can't afford to buy anything, but I think I could get away with making it usable for a very little amount of money. So cross your fingers and cross your needles, and maybe I will have a dance studio in my home by fall. So, Arctic living. My best friend has been moving. She has lived like 10 minutes drive from where I live, and now she has moved to our home village thing, which is a 30-minute drive from her. They are building a bridge, so it's going to be shorter, and it's not a big deal to drive 30 minutes. I do that several times a week. So I have been helping her moving this week, and I am super jealous of her because I really want to move to my home village, but it's just not going to happen this year. So I have helped her a little bit this week, and I haven't had as much knitting time. Also, I'm going to put in a couple of clips in the end because this weekend we had a concert. The place where I dye my yarn is actually the place where we have concerts, because it is my dad's storage unit. He is running a company as a sound technician, and we do concerts there. So there was a Norwegian artist called Ketil Stokkan who came and had a concert. So it was really much fun. It was a little bit fewer people than we had anticipated, but the people who were there, myself included, had so much fun. I was originally going to be in the bar, but we were so many people in the bar that I was able to move around a little bit and talk with people, and I actually get to do some dancing, which I haven't been doing in like 10 years or something. And someone filmed it. And I'm not a good dancer. Or actually, I'm not that bad, but I don't like dancing on that sort of stuff. That was Saturday. Today is Monday. Yesterday, I did nothing. I came home because I stayed at my mom's place. And I came home in the afternoon and I went to bed. And I slept the whole afternoon. And then I got up in the evening and I knitted a few rows. But mostly I was just doing nothing. And today we got up and my boyfriend asked if we should go for a trip to Sweden, which is about half an hour drive from here. So we decided to go to Sweden to buy some bacon, because that's what Norwegians do in Sweden. We go there because everything is so much cheaper. So we bought bacon, some hams and like meat and stuff, and we bought the best, because Sweden has the best licorice. So we bought lots of licorice and Pepsi, because in Norway one of these is 25 Norwegian kroner. In Sweden you can get 24 for 100. So basically you can get 4 of these for the price of 24 in Sweden. So we went to Sweden, and then, because okay, if I live here, my parents live here, and on the way there you take off and then you go to Sweden. So we drove to my parents' place first to put off Ludwig so he wouldn't have to go, because, well, he's 1.5, he won't enjoy it. So he went to his grandparents and we drove back and we went to Sweden and went shopping, and then we bought some food and we met up at my dad's place, both my mom and my dad and one of my brothers and his girlfriend. We met at my dad's place and we made dinner and dessert, and it was really nice. And then we drove back here and I sat down to make this podcast. So I think that's it for Arctic Living. Actually, I was going to mention, and I haven't been talking really much about my working situation. I know that I sometimes say that I'm unemployed, which I am not. I'm not unemployed, I just work part-time. I work whenever there's need for me, and I get the amount of work there is, but it isn't much at times. Now it is quite good, but like the first couple of months in this year, it wasn't. I didn't get to work full time at all. May will probably be quite good. I do merchandising in grocery stores. I work. I have one permanent client, which is Hansa, a Norwegian brewery. So basically I sell beer for a living, but it's just, I don't have, it's a small town, it's not enough stores here, so it's not full time. But now I have gotten another client, which I'm going to start with tomorrow, Wednesday. I have tomorrow as a step in for another one of my colleagues. So in May, basically one of my colleagues who works not 100%, but she works quite a bit, she calls it maternity leave because they have sheep and they're going to have lambs. So she has this month off, and I'm going to be a step in for her. And after I said yes to this, they asked me if I wanted to have a new client, and I said of course. So I had quite a bit of work to do in May, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm really looking forward to getting a paycheck again. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that because I am not unemployed. I just don't have enough to do. I recently finished my education in accounting, but I haven't managed to get myself a job right away. I finished in December, and well, yeah, I don't have a job at the moment in my area that uses my education, but that's okay. Maybe I will do something else. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how this goes. So I'm going to move on to the winners for Socknes. The winner is Knirnert. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but send me your address on a PM on Ravelry. Make the subject to be like Socknes winner or something, and I will see it. And you will get this game from Askepiken, which is a Norwegian indie dyer. I have talked quite a bit of her earlier. Now it's been a while since I used her yarn, which is a shame because I have some of it left, and it's absolutely wonderful yarn. This is 400 meters and 100 grams, and it's 80/20 super merino nylon. The base is called Kjell, which is a Norwegian boy's name, and farge means color. It says deprimert regnbue, which means depressed rainbow. So send me. It didn't look like this when I got it. I have had it open. Send me your address and I will get that out to you. I also did 2 giveaways. One of them was from the Color Your World show. Color Your World socks by Skandir. And I used random.org, which selected number 13, which is Hege. Congratulations. You don't have to get in touch with me. I will get in touch with Skandir and she will give you the pattern. The other one is the Hyggeskjold by Lily of Nordic Stitches. And the winner of that one was number 16, which is DBHCC. I'm not sure I don't think you are supposed to pronounce that in any special way, but if you are, I'm sorry. Congratulations, you will get a copy of the Hyggeskjold, and again, you don't have to contact me. I will contact Lily and she will get it to you. So that's it for this week. I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. I will get on. I will put this into my computer and hopefully you will see it tomorrow. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in a week. Bye.
Men fikk det svaret trikk. Det var mye mer å snakke om. Jeg skulle ha tatt i fikk. Men telefon tok en plutselig. Jeg steg ikke på. Prøv